Happy Training Tuesday. My name is Kim Irwin. I am an independent consultant with Arbonne International, and I just want to thank you for being with me today. Did you know a bunch of us take lots of supplementation? And, some people say, oh, I just want to get everything from my foods. But some of these different vitamins that we need, you can't get everything that you need from your foods. So sometimes you do need to supplement. And did you know that sometimes taking two particular vitamins together can actually produce a much better result than by taking them individually or separately? Did you know that? I'm going to tell you about two in particular that is exactly the case. And if you go in and you do some research on your own, which I always recommend, you will find that they're going to say current evidence suggests. And some say, oh, no, you don't have to do it. I mean, you're going to find it all over the board. And that's how the internet is. And I think we've all experienced this. You might go in there, and if you are looking for something to be evidence for your opinion, you're going to find it. Check the sources. So anyway, I thought this was interesting. And the reason it came up was because we were with some family this weekend, and my sister-in-law, mentioned that these two vitamins should be taken together. And I thought, well, two interesting things about that. First, let's look at, is that true? So the National Library of Medicine talks about vitamin D and vitamin K. So in particular, vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. Now, they're both fat-soluble vitamins, and they play a very distinct central role in calcium metabolism. But they also are very effective in other areas of our body, other systems. So the vitamin D3, they often refer to that as the sunshine vitamin. And if you think about it, we're all always inside. We've got our blue light circles. We've got our computers. We're not outside. And as hot as it's been, that's good reason. But, normally, that's where the human skin can actually synthesize vitamin D3 and help uptake that for your body. So that is also very, very effective in supporting healthy bones and a normal immune function. So why take them together? I'm reading some of this because I want to make sure that I say this correctly to you. But in the National Library of Medicine, I actually was looking at some of these studies that were done, and some of them get way detailed. So I am just bringing it to layman's terms for us. But it says, current evidence supports the notion that joint supplementation, the two together, of vitamins D and K might be more effective than the consumption of either alone for bone and cardiovascular health. So why is that? And I'm going to read some specific stuff, but it basically supports that calcium absorption and distribution is what is so important about the combination of these two. The K2 kind of tells the calcium where to go. So bossy. Anyway, I thought this was interesting because my sister-in-law Stacy was telling us that they should be together. And Scott, my husband, said, well, then that's probably why Arbonne does that. So proud of Arbonne. We have our Be Well vitamin D3 and K2 spray, and it's a pineapple flavor. So it's combined, all right? So let's see. We refer to it at Arbonne as the power duo. Am I saying you can't have those two vitamins together someplace else? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you we have it in a bottle and it tastes good. So anyway, what does it do? In ours, the D3 is 800 IUs, international units, and the K2 is 80 micrograms. So your vitamin D, you do need more levels than that, but this is a really good supplementation for you and easy and great for kids. So what does it do? It helps maintain calcium levels in your body to help support your bone health. And they're actually doing a lot of research, current research, that I couldn't find like a consistent piece of information to share yet, but they're doing this on postmenopausal women, which is really important because we need to keep our bones strong and healthy. So what are you doing with these squirts? You're getting your daily dose of sun in a bottle. And especially when the seasons change and don't allow us to get out there in the sun and get as much as we might normally do. It also helps support normal immune function. We also have within ours vitamin E, which is an essential fat soluble. Again, it's an antioxidant nutrient. So that helps protect our cells from oxidative stress, which is harmful, okay? And it's a natural pineapple flavored spray. And seriously, what you do, you shake it up and you just do it's good. 6 of those right into your mouth and you swallow it. There's no residue, there's no gagging, there's none of that. It's great. So what is this doing for you? I'm going to break it down to 4 things. When you take these in combination, you are supporting your bone health. Very, very important. That's all about the calcium. The K2 is telling the calcium where to go so it doesn't just end up in your blood vessels causing problems. Number 2, that's your cardiovascular health. Did you know that 1 in 4 Americans in the United States have heart disease? So what it's doing, it's moving that calcium, as I said, but it also helps in reducing inflammation. And again, inflammation is not our friend. It is not our friend. So the more we can reduce inflammation, the better. We want to do that. It fights diabetes, okay? 1 in 11 Americans struggle with diabetes. What is it doing? It is reducing insulin resistance. If you go back to some of my other earlier Training Tuesdays, I talk about insulin resistance and how prevalent it is in our country, across the world, and how we need to really combat that. Here's another tool for you. And the last one is just you're supplementing to avoid deficiency of it. It says that 2 in 5 Americans do not get enough vitamin D. And think about that. When we want to support our immune health, we want a good presence of vitamin D in our systems to help with different viruses and bacterias and just diseases all around. So think about this, okay? This is a real easy, tasteful, delightful way to combine a couple of very strong vitamins and get the benefits, get the additional benefits on top of taking them separately. So think about this, consider it. And if you have questions, please leave that in the comments. Send a private message to me. I can give you costs. I can give you other ideas. I can answer your questions for you. But always remember, if you're struggling with some sort of medical condition that you're seeing a physician about, make sure you go and talk to them about what you'd like to do. I'm not saying that this is going to interfere with anything, but some people take things to extremes. And if you're one of those people, it's just always a good idea to run it by and let them know what you're doing. And that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week.